In our life on Earth, the closest thing we'll ever experience to hell itself is war. When brave souls emerge from these pits of fire and death, the first thing they look forward to is coming home to family, to friends, and hopefully to never have to see that hell again. In the year 1188, three crusaders returned to England after the siege of Jerusalem with exactly that in mind. But the devil has different plans.
All right, all right. Oh, what view is that? I don't like that. There we go. We're live. We're live. I just realized what time it was. The heat in my office. Everyone knows this is my lunch hour stream. The heat in my office isn't on, and I just had to rush out to get a cup of tea purely just to warm my hands on. But you know, I got in just in time, and our one of our special, very special guests is here already. Micah, buddy, how you going?
I'm going very well, actually. It's been a pretty good day so far.
Great, excellent, great to see you here. We've got some regulars here. Smiling Bandito, are you there?
Hail and well met. Can you hear me?
Are you in the car? Are you on your phone? What are you doing?
I'm in the car on my phone. Both of those things at the same time. I'm actually at work right now. So
well, thank you. Oh, look, we're joining in together.
Cheers.
Hang on, how are you at work? It's 1 o'clock for me. What's going on?
It's 9 p.m. for me, and
wow,
this is my work hours.
Burning the midnight oil. Okay, yeah. All right.
The nightlife is a difficult one.
Blue Samurai.
Hello.
Check this out, Micah. This is for you.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Ooh, well, he's got no. Look at those arms. He's got no sleeves.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
I try to dress for the occasion.
Macho Man coming in with no sleeves for you, Micah.
Just for Micah Curtis. Oh yeah. Hey, we've got some people here. How the chat? Who have we got here? Chengiz Khan. He says hello. Hello, buddy. How you going? Mo Biggs is here. He's how in the chat. How you going, mate? Oli.
That's my colorist, actually, right there.
Oh, hello. Hello,
that's Oliver Lee Arce.
Oliver, well, great to have you here. Thanks for stopping in. We're going to have a cool chat. We're going to look at some of your amazing colors. Bandito dropped out, so now he's come back in. Antoine Dennison, hail. He says, hail, folks. Chengiz Khan says again, medieval doom time. Blue Samurai, you said your ears are bleeding, but you love it. I guess that's got to do with the trailer and not just some unfortunate medical condition.
Yeah, yes, sir. The trailer.
I would just like to point out that my avatar is also sleeveless.
Technically, yes. So mine isn't. There are sleeves on mine. You can't see them. Yeah. Yeah. Unless it's some sort of weird. Oh, it could be like a weird '80s jacket with the collar that pokes up. But no, it isn't. It isn't. Devilfish, how you going, buddy? Everyone's just hailing each other, saying hello. We're all friends here now. Mo Big says, yeah, the real unsleeved media.
60th chat and Comicsgate.
Absolutely. El Argo, how you going, mate? And Mo's already dropping links. Felix is here too. How you going? Wow, this is a nice little turnout too, especially since Ethan is streaming. I saw you on Ethan's channel briefly, Micah. I did a brief little hello as well.
Yeah, I tried to do the same thing that I did for Liam in that one chat where I came in as a mock Mecha McCheese, but he caught me. I'm like, damn it. So
yeah, you got to be trickier than that. You got to make up a fake avatar and everything.
Well, I actually had the same avatar from last time too. I had the creatine bottle.
That guy, Mecha McCheese, he was on Oz's show. I don't know if anyone has caught any of Oz's streams. Yeah, he was on there. He's a He's an interesting fellow. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that.
No.
And Ethan's squashing of your hopes and dreams with your joke.
Oh dear.
We're we are talking 3 nights, 4 days. But like unlike other shows, what we like to do here is just chat a little bit about yourself. There might be some people in here who don't know Micah Curtis as well as they should. You've been around on the scene on the internet for a very long time, publicly, haven't you?
Even before he lost his sleeves.
Yes. I kind of got my start through Channel Awesome and working as a writer for the now defunct website Blistered Thumbs. And then after that, I just kind of did my own thing for a bit. And then during the Gamergate days, I worked as a writer for Tech Raptor. And then left that website whenever things started to slow down, kind of wanted to focus on what my day job was. And then later on, just decided to start my own channel and just start talking. And then when that happened, Comicsgate ended up happening about 6 months or so afterwards. And, I did a few videos on the things that were going on. And then when it actually became a movement, I was like, sign me up. So, because I was sick and tired of, seeing these such an iconic industry infiltrated by political activists, basically, who weren't interested in telling good stories to people. So, and that's what brings us to now, where I'm the one who's telling the interesting stories to people, because Lord knows you're not going to get them out of Captain America anymore.
No. And hold that thought. I'm going to bump you guys just for a second, because we have a new special guest come in. Phil.
Hey, what's up?
Phil.
Hello. Another one who popped on to say hello to Ethan. We all got on there.
Yes, we did.
Getting our faces out there.
I think we're Ethan's favorites.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll just say that, definitely.
Yeah,
not
for sure.
Not the people he kept on the stream.
Right, yeah. Not sketch.
No. I heard something very unusual on that stream when you were on, Phil. Really? Is it true you are ungodly tall?
No, you're wrong. I am godly tall. Brother.
How tall are you, Micah?
I'm 6'2".
Okay, so you're a midget compared to Phil.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm a gnome. I'm a gnome compared to both of you. I'm 5. I'm barely. I have to go to tippy toe to get to 5'10". Not really, but I'm about 5'10".
It's okay.
So, how tall are you, Phil?
6'5".
6'5".
Yeah, but you have a wife. You're doing fine. You're married.
That's true.
Yeah.
Short people have
and my wife's quite tall for a woman as well. I think she's 5'7" or 5'8" or something.
Hey now.
Yeah, that is pretty tall for a woman.
Yeah, especially a French woman.
She's
I don't know, a French woman shorter. Is that a thing?
Yeah. I was always told they were when I took French, but yeah.
Okay. How tall are you, Blake?
From the lessons of French class. French women are short.
I was just over. I think you just asked me. I was just over 5'10", but I have a couple neck injuries.
Oh, so you shrunk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you were okay. All right.
I was barely over.
And Bandito, are you anywhere in that region, or where are you?
I'm 6'2".
Oh God. So Blue, we're the.
You're in the land of giants.
We are. Comicsgate is we're creating the new. They say it's the we're standing on the shoulders of giants. That's what we're creating here. Chengiz Khan says, "You deserved better than Channel Awesome, Micah." I'm not even really aware if I remember Channel Awesome. I know their name, but I just don't remember what that.
It was that guy with the glasses, Linkara, Angry Joe. Those guys,
right.
Yeah, those guys had all created a website that coalesced around the whole nostalgia critic thing.
Yeah.
And then later on, Joe had this wild idea to start a gaming website. And then around the time that he wanted to actually start putting it together, that's when somebody introduced him to me as a writer and somebody who had done at the time. I was just working as a freelancer, doing like MMA articles and stuff like that. But I was a big gaming guy, so they introduced me to him, and they're like, "Yeah, this guy's got professional journalism experience. You know, it's not huge, but he knows the right way to do things." So, yeah, we got introduced, and it's all history from there.
Johnny Rando's here. How the can chat? He always says, "I love that. I love that intro. I love that." Apparently, I'm 5'10" Australian. He's not sure of the exchange rate. It equals out to about 6'8" or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, the Tug is, what is he, 6'8", 6'7"?
Yeah,
I don't know.
6'7".
I had a friend in uni who was 6'8" in college. And every time I saw him, even though I'd spend every day with him, it'd still take me by surprise. I had to crane your neck up just to say hello.
Yeah, I think Mr. Biggins is like that tall too. I think he's taller than me, and he's like 260 muscle.
It's a big show.
Yeah, that guy lifts hard.
Phil, you're a giant stick. Micah's a giant gorilla. That's according to Genghis Khan.
All right.
Yeah, I'm about as wide as a door, so.
Yeah, that's different bodies, different folks. It's all good. Everyone's welcome here in CG. So all right, so you were you're around the traps, getting your name out there, writing for different things, Micah. And then was the first book that you did was that Englewood?
Yeah, Englewood's the very first comic I've ever written, or that I've ever published, I should say. Not actually the first one I've written. It's the second one I've written. But yeah, it was an interesting one to do because I'm originally from the Chicago area, and I had a ton of friends from the area. With all the gang violence problems that it has, I just thought, why not have an actual superhero from the area and not the Savage Dragon? Because
Yeah.
Yes, please no. Please no.
We don't need it.
You didn't take over the Savage Dragon weird kinkiness or anything like that in Englewood.
No, I am. I tried to get. I remember a few years ago trying to get back into that comic, just like reading some of the newer stuff at that time, and I just hated it. I'm like, this is awful. So
Oliver said he did some title cards for Channel Awesome. Cringe work, apparently.
Yeah, you ain't wrong.
Yeah, well, Genghis, I feel like a hobbit in here too. Okay, all right.
Talk if you're going to wait for me, then.
Yeah, you keep dropping out, Bandito, and I feel like now there's some lag.
I know.
But, usually you're the one we have to kind of, jump on to get you to stop.
I know, but
this is a weird situation for us.
Well, I keep wanting to change the subject here. I keep wanting to ask Micah. So when did Project Lazarus first come to mind as an idea? How did that bubble up, even though you're not doing that right now?
Oh, wow. That story is, technically speaking, 10 years old.
Okay.
Originally, the concept was I wanted to mix a superhero story and a space opera, and had come up with certain ideas. And the basic principle is that a superhero or a superhuman falls to a farming planet and is saved by somebody. And, basically he was part of this big government project from this sort of like an Empire, Star Wars sort of feeling government. And he has to fight back against this other guy in the story named Omega, who was sort of his opposite. He was the physical powerhouse, sort of a Superman style character. Omega is more of a closer along the lines of like a Manchester Black type character.
Okay.
But because it felt too much like Superman and Manchester Black, I just threw it out. I'm like, not liking this. So, but I kept the idea of having a government-sponsored super team that was that had wildly different abilities, and they were genetic origins, but the two people that have these abilities are the only two in the world. that are like that. So they're not really mutants per se. There's something else about them. So yeah, it's a that's basically how it came about. And then a few years ago, I retooled the story to be more of sort of X-Men meets Devilman, with a little bit of the game Doom for seasoning.
Okay. Now, I've heard you say that this relates to 3 Nights, 4 Days in some way. So
Yes.
Is that
So
timeline? What are we looking at?
3 Nights, 4 Days is technically the start of an entire universe. This is actually the prequel. It's both a prequel to Project Lazarus, which we'll be doing next year, and also the prequel to Inglewood.
So everything is in the Curtis verse.
Everything is interconnected. That's nice.
Everything's interconnected. The thing about my work is that I created a superhero world that does not have the foundation of normal style heroes and villains storytelling, but rather it's the foundation is horror. So it's a little bit darker. It's a little bit creepier than other worlds are. So
really?
With 3 Nights, 4 Days, this is a story.
You call this dark? This is nothing.
Son,
have you seen this, Phil?
It's just Christmas in Germany, right?
This is what happens if you're naughty and during the year, instead of coal, your mother gets her body ripped apart.
Exactly.
By the Christmas Krampus.
So plan accordingly.
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry. So you were saying?
But yeah, so basically what this is the story of is that 3 Knights, thus the title, come back to their village, well, the lead character's village in England after the end of the Second Crusade. And in doing so, what they find is that the village has been basically besieged and raided several times by a cult. And they decide...
these don't look like just people from Kent.
No. And this is basically what they discover is that this cult isn't just a bunch of weirdos out in the woods. These people are changing. When they're attacked, as you can see by the fourth panel in that page right there, when they're getting hit, they're smiling. They're laughing. They're enjoying it. Something's not right here. These people aren't acting like people anymore. They're acting like monsters. So, obviously something is very wrong. And basically what they have to do is defend this village from whatever it is, because this incursion from this cult and these demons that they discover as well is more than what they originally had thought. It's far, far more nefarious.
Yeah, right on. That's a cool idea. I like that. Yeah, just chopping a dude's hand off and he's like, bring it on. Yeah, loving it.
Oh, yeah.
And like you said, this is this is the precursor to your other books, Englewood, and whatever you're going to do in the future. I suppose you're creating it's either a Micah verse or a Curtis verse, whatever rolls.
Yeah, I haven't come up with a name for it yet, but
Sleeveless verse.
Yeah,
sleeveless verse.
It has its own rules. It has its own way of doing things. There's also a demon that appears as in a cameo in 3 Nights, 4 Days that will be the main villain of the Inglewood Peregrine crossover. It's not him, no. I'll tell you this right now. That's his pet
goat.
Yeah, that thing, the satyr, not even the nastiest thing.
Oh, I didn't think he was. Look at him. He's just enjoying his afternoon, his evening snack.
Yeah.
Something.
Looks like he's sharing with the little girl. I mean, like he kind of looks like a nicer guy. Like he's just here. I'm not taking everything. I just need this part.
I'm leaving you this produce. What's your problem?
Yeah,
I'm not taking your food.
I'm just saying, mom is ready for dinner.
Yeah, sure. Wow. So when did you launch this?
Just a few days ago, actually.
A few days ago, yeah. Look at that. Yeah, I remember I saw your trailer. You just did a little video and launched it from there.
That's awesome. You're crushing it then.
Because how much did Englewood make in the end?
Around 13,000, if I recall correctly.
So
Wow.
you've already
You're gonna
gone
beat that.
halfway more than halfway of that in a couple of days. That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah,
Are you
it's been
doing-
crazy.
Are you doing 60-day campaign? First 30, second 30? Do we know yet? Or are
Haven't
you
decided
holding back?
yet.
Okay.
We'll see what happens the rest of this month.
Yeah,
I can't get used to your voice, Bandito, from the car.
I'm
It's
sorry.
just
I
not
know.
you.
It's crappy headphones too. It all sounds weird for me too. We're all in this together. Believe me, everyone is suffering the same as I am.
There's some close-ups of the art there. Yeah, so there you go. So these are your heroes there.
Yep. And I thought it would be an interesting concept to have them be from 3 separate knightly orders as well. Because
And are they historically accurate, the knightly orders, or is that something that you have made up?
they are historically accurate knightly orders.
Nice.
The lead character is from the Order of St. Lazarus.
Mm-hmm.
Then his friend Sir Roger, the one with the longer hair who doesn't have the hood on him, he is a Knights Templar. And then the big son of a gun, Sir Dietrich, he is parts of the Knights Hospitalier.
Ah, there he is.
I love that they look different, like even down to their helmets, especially on the cover. Their helmets look different, but they look badass, man. They look real
yeah.
This
cool.
guy's getting around with a big potato masher.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's going to make
potatoes.
some mash.
People are going to love Dietrich there. He's probably going to be the character that steals the show, I think. Just through, like, in writing him, because the script is completely finished on parts 1 and 2. And everybody who
looks
has
great.
seen this character loves him. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wait till you read him. He's not what you expect. So,
Yeah, Bandito just mentioned something about the art, and why would the art look so good?
well, the art is done by the incredible Preston
Estimable.
Acevedo. Yes.
Esteemable Preston Acevedo, and he's just he's the guy to look out for, I think, for the rest of the year and next year, because he's just on the up and up.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's CG. I mean, CG is just bringing in such great talents like that.
Yeah,
So
man.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's how he and I got to started on this project. It's kind of a wild story because he emailed me out of the blue last year, and he had emailed both me and Richard C. Meyer, and Richard and I have been friends for years at this point. And I saw his art, and I'm like, yeah, I'd like to try to find something for you. At the time, I had Inglewood was in production. I think we had just started the campaign, and then Project Lazarus was kind of all over the place, so I didn't know what to do with that. And then what ends up happening is he's like, what else do you have? And I had this concept for 3 Nights, 4 Days, and I sent it to him. He's like, let's do it. He's like, here's my art. And lo and behold, what he sends me is the early pencils for Doc Salem.
Ooh.
And that's the basis of which I hired him on. So I'm like, oh yeah, you're doing this. Like, this is going to be great.
Was Preston? Is he like? Does he kind of lay out the page? Like he's choosing how to lay out the pages and everything like
Panel
that.
layouts.
Panel layouts.
Well, I actually write in the layouts in the script. So
yeah,
and then
but
from
he's
there,
kind of choosing. Yeah.
Yep. From there, we discuss like we storyboard it basically, and kind of figure out how do we want to place them? Should we add a panel here? Something like that. Like the one of the panels in there that's a little bit further up where it's just the 2 knights' faces was his idea. He's like, why don't we add one in where we get a shot of their faces before the fight is about to start? And I'm like, yeah, that's actually a really good idea. We'll move the dialogue down there instead, and then bam, the charge happens. And he's a veteran. A lot of people don't know this. He's been a professional artist for 10 years, and he's worked for Antarctic as well. When Kelsey Shannon left Jungle Comics, Preston is the guy who stepped in. And then my colorist, Oliver, he's done work for IDW. So these are guys who they've been around for a while, and they're damn good at what they do. Oliver's color work, as you can see there, it helps tell the story so well.
Yeah, I mean that's why I brought it up, because I'm just looking at it. I'm just really digging the layout as well as the art, and yeah, now you mentioned the color as well. There's a lot going on here. You've got the fire, you've got this blue here is the kind of the color of the highlights of the night, and then this red, it's the menacing highlight here, and
Mhm.
that's a lot of color to work with, but it's all gelling.
Here's what's really cool.
Looks
As you
great.
scroll down, notice how much more red starts to take over.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, the
That's a
redness
little
is
that's a
awesome.
little detail from the script that he actually picked up on and started using. And basically this idea that the more that this red shows up and the more fog there is, the more there's an otherworldly presence. And believe it or not, this story is set in the winter. There shouldn't be a fog like this in the middle of the night. So
It's unnatural.
very. So the fact that it's hotter is a key to something, basically. It's a very detail-oriented story where a lot of the things that people that they see are going to be key storytelling points to set atmosphere. And what I love about it is these guys, they understand the necessity of atmosphere and setting it properly just as well as I do. And I honestly don't think I could have asked for a better team. Like, these guys are incredible.
Optimus Deadpool, thanks for hanging around, buddy. He says, don't forget, Preston is an amazing painter as well. And he did the painted cover for Peregrine. Just an all-round talent.
Yeah, he's awesome. We're hoping to get him to do a trading card for the Lost Pages if we can get a high enough stretch goal. He's so
Nice.
cool, and even that guy with the big hammer right there.
Mhm.
Like, I look at that art and I'm like, oh, that totally reminds me of his work on Doc Salem. I'm like, Preston was one of the artists in CG where he's got a distinct style even in his line art. Then you look at his painting and it's so amazing. So he's a very versatile artist.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. He was on one of the auctions with Ethan one night, and somebody brought up something about Frazetta, and then they asked him if anybody could duplicate it, and Preston goes, "Oh, I could duplicate that." And then Ethan goes, okay. Kind of that, okay, he gives whenever he doesn't believe you. And I DM'd him later. I'm like, Ethan, when he says he can do it, I'm dead serious. This guy is so good. Like, you don't even know how good this guy is. So
I say it all the time. As amazing as the artists are who are established in CG, and the writers and the creators, there's more and more talented and gifted writers and creators outside of CG that we have yet to discover.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's
just a numbers game, right?
Anyone who's an artist out there knows, if you are trying to get into art in any kind of fashion, it doesn't really matter where or how. You quickly find out that it's not so much about how good you are. It's more about who you know and what you're saying out there.
Mm-hmm.
If you're saying the right politically correct things, it really is a cliquish, gate-kept scene. And it doesn't matter what kind of art you're trying to make. So it just stands to reason that if you're a guy like Preston or me or anyone who's just not interested in becoming a shill for some horrendous ideology that you actually stand against, it is hard to get your name out there unless you get incredibly lucky just being in the right place, the right time, the right piece of art. So it stands to reason that there would be artists like Preston, like Rob Willis. I've seen Rob Willis on Twitter recently, commenting on the stuff that's happening in the US, in the cities. That's the sort of thing that would get him banned immediately from getting a job in the mainstream.
Oh yeah,
that's like he's out. Even though he may just happen to be the best artist, that's out there right now. He's just not allowed in the club because of. He says it's ridiculous. So what a great opportunity we have as fans to be able to have these guys work on these books.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the way that I look at the way that what I'm doing with Sleeveless Comics is I've got a stable of writers and artists that, I'm sorry, artists and colorists, I should say. I'm the writer, but I've got a stable of guys that is so talented and varied in their skill level, and and some guys who are good but are becoming great, and then guys who are already incredible at what they do. And I think that, the goal for me was always to find the people that are talented, but they're not being noticed properly. They're not getting the attention that I think they deserve, and use them in a way that I think that, they'll be able to really shine with what they're doing. I think Inglewood was a pretty good example of that. I've gotten great feedback on it, and I'm going to continue to make sure that, those guys are improving. As Optimus can say in the chat, Armand, my colorist on Inglewood, has become leaps and bounds better than what he was doing before. And Brian as well, with his poster on that crossover poster for their campaign, is fantastic now. And
we're right at the beginning. Like, everyone that's getting into CG now, like, we're just at the beginning. We're going to see these talents develop. 10 years from now, we're going to be looking back, and it's going to be like, wow, you can see the development, you can see the growth. I mean, it is only onwards and upwards. It is, we're in such a great spot right now.
Oh, yeah.
As
I
long
came
as we
into
don't,
this with a 10-year
as long
plan,
as we don't
too.
screw it up.
So,
Cool.
yeah,
We're not
exactly.
going to screw it up. We're not going to let everyone screw it up. Let's quickly run through your perk tiers, because I do want to talk to Phil as well a little bit about what he's been up to. So what have you got here? So that's that's your featured tier is a comic and art book. What's the art book?
So the art book is going to be a manga-sized collector's edition book that's exclusive only to this campaign. What it is it's going to be the entire sketch process and storyboards and things like that of how this book was put together. So if you're a fan of Preston Acevedo's art, this is going to be a must-own. We even have a version of that. We'll get to it in a second, but we have a special version of it too. We'll just put it that way. But on top of that, you get the comic as well. So
which is 44 pages, full color.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is a really good deal. $50, not bad.
Yeah.
So then there's the comic, $25, the entry level.
Yep.
But we do want people to, if they can, if at all possible, to splash out a little bit, because you get those average order numbers up. It can really help out a campaign. And just like you heard, Micah's got a 10-year plan here, and that includes making this campaign a big success. So how does the sketch work?
So with the sketchbook, get a sketch tier. It's not only just the comic and the sketchbook, but the sketchbook is going to have a blank page at the front of it, and Preston will do basically a sketch specific to your book that is of a character that is within the story. So those are going to be one of a kind sketches that are only going to be in that book.
And he's just going to kind of randomly pick a character to sketch out?
Well, given that we haven't, we've only set aside 10. If people do have a suggestion or something that they've seen that they would like done with a character, maybe they want the satyr, maybe they want one of the knights or what have you, they can, shoot us an email or get in touch with us via Indiegogo, and we can look about, making that happen, because we're not doing one of these things where we've got like 100 of these available. So
yeah, and I don't know. People might want to request that dude with the big potato masher. I know I would.
Oh yeah, so I know he's going to be a popular character.
I had. That's. I mean, he's kind of the main, focus of your cover too, and I think that was a good choice.
Mm-hmm.
I was on with Red Gaze yesterday or the other day. I think it was yesterday, and I sold a head sketch. Tier 2, and the guy, he's like, I have it set up so that you can select the different characters, but he's like, no, I want a drop bear. And now I'm drawing a drop bear for a guy, just a completely random thing. He's a fellow Aussie, so he wants to see an angry koala.
That's good.
Maybe you'll get some strange request. What's be a cultist?
So Be a Cultist is a drawn-in tier. We've only got 6 of those left, and that is exactly what you sound like. If you've ever wanted to be in a comic book as a satanic murderer, this is your opportunity.
I already am. We're in PG. We're all like that.
Yeah, true enough. But if you want to be one in a comic, then this is definitely the best opportunity to do so. On top of that, get toys made. We'll have to cross that bridge when we get there, man. I'm more worried about getting us funded first, and then we'll go from there.
Baby steps.
Oh yeah.
Okay, coming from the game, the Curse of Monkey Island, where Murray the Skull would talk to you. If we buy to be a cultist, can we get an option to continue talking after we get beheaded?
Ooh.
I don't know about that.
Oh,
That reminds me more.
Micah has rules in this world, didn't you hear?
Well, I'll have to think about that.
Strict rules.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's just yelling at them as they run away.
Felix is sharing links. Savage Shard of Gosen, and that's Matt Fitzgerald, Planet Tobor, and I believe he's making the game for Xenotype. Is that right? Did I hear that?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. How cool would this game be?
This would be a great 3-player beat 'em up.
That's what I'm thinking. Everyone has their own kind of talent. You have to work together because they each have their own, strengths and weaknesses. Maybe if you're wielding around that massive hammer, you've got lots of power, but you're slower. And
I would make it as a top-down game where there's just hordes of these demons running at you, and you're these 3 guys swinging, killing these hordes.
With your giant potato masher.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Has anyone noticed that Comicsgate is slowly starting to do what Gamergate never could?
Oh yeah. I've even thought of doing an Inglewood or like a crossover game that is sort of like the old beat 'em up Maximum Carnage, where you have a couple.
I forgot about that game.
Yeah, there's a few characters in it. I could even make it like an Inglewood Peregrine game. And then you could have characters from my universe and then characters from Peregrine's universe come in as well as like summons or whatever. There's a whole lot of stuff I'd love to do like that. So
someone mentioned on the stream the other day, we should have a Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat style game of all the different CG characters with all their different powers. How awesome!
It's in the works. It's in the works. Brian Miller Art. Have you ever seen his Twitter stuff? He's working on some ideas and screenshots of him doing like pixely art of he did Peregrine and versus Cyberfrog. So I actually
doing something like in Mugen, right?
I don't know if I follow Ryan. I've got to check that out. I know he's always in the chat, so I should definitely.
I'll pull up a screenshot that he put, but I've been actually talking to him a lot because I do 2D animation for fighting games in my day job.
Nice.
Oh, look, we've got everyone here already. We need to get on this.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
It's going to happen. We're only a year away, maybe.
I like how you've actually sold quite a few of your more expensive tiers already, Micah. You got the Get a Sketches. You got 6 already.
Yeah, that's great.
The Occultist 4 out of 10 already.
I want to get those comic pages moving though.
Yeah, well, once all you need is eyeballs on the campaign because there are people out there with money and are willing to spend it and who want original art. So I'm sure it's just a matter of time. And
I know Pan from War Campaign has basically told me he's like, yeah, I definitely want one. I just haven't put the money together yet. But
again, they can take a bit of time to get it all together. Are you sharing a screen, Phil? Did you find it?
Oh, let me pull it up right here. Yeah, it's Ryan. We've been DMing back and forth tonight too, so
no DM doxing, but
not today.
Yeah, look at this
I've
shit.
I've pulled up DMs before. All right. Oh man!
Look at that.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So really reminiscent of MVC2, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
That's a Marvel versus Street Fighter stage actually.
Yeah, he pulled. I think he told me he pulled it from one of the Street Fighters. Man, this costume goes real low.
Yeah.
Well,
She goes
Maybe
for a
that
whack.
was
that'll
just
do
low
it.
enough.
She gets some veg protection, but yeah.
He did the
Oh, I love that. Oh, look, he's got Red Rooster.
Crimson Cock.
I don't know how he'd go against Cyberfrog.
Yeah, he'd get wrecked. He's wearing a paper bag on his shorts, but look, he's getting Sonic croaked.
Oh,
Yeah.
that like destroyed an entire region. I don't know if
Look at that.
I don't know
So
if Red Rooster is surviving.
Yeah.
That's the
Red
thing about these
Rooster.
games. There has to be compromise between the characters so that it's all within reason.
Yeah, I don't think Red Rooster
Make 'em
should
all
be in the
OP.
game.
It's like if you have a Marvel. I never played any Marvel one, but imagine Galactus is in there or something, and he just
Galactus
goes
is the
up to the
boss
size
of
of a.
is the boss of an MVC game, but it's like in the first Marvel versus superheroes game, you can have like Spider-Man beating the crap out of Shuma Gorath. It's like that would never happen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's just it's just the nature of what it is, but
Oh yeah.
I don't know. You might have to power down some people and power up some people.
Yeah, for sure. No,
Joe-
he
Joe
needed. He was looking for a grappler character, and I suggested my Crimstone character from the Lost Pages. He would be perfect.
Oh, look at you, professional segue maker.
Yeah.
I'm going to segue into some Lost Pages right now. Da-da.
And I actually have a really cool page that I picked up this week. I went to the south side of Chicago and picked up this beautiful interior
Holy
cover
crap.
for Crimstone.
Oh wow.
Holy moly.
Who did that?
My artist Maria, who's doing the interiors for the Crimstone story. I don't want
Holy
to dox her, but
No.
she lives over here. I've known her for years. She did all like the Wizard Worlds and stuff. I actually met her
Amazing.
at a Wizard World. Yeah. So we just put this up on the page for sale as well for traditional art. This is pencil and inks. We're getting it colored up this week. So yeah.
Owie Zowie, says Joe King.
Hail joking. So this guy might be in that. We might see him as
That's
one of the
phenomenal.
characters in that fighting game.
And what's that done in? Is that it just ink?
Yeah. Yep.
That's incredible.
See all the tattoos on his arms. Look at those tattoos.
Good Lord.
Jeez.
That
Insane.
would take me 2 years to do that.
It says some words too, but yeah, that's gonna. Oh, he's so cool. I love that
So
character.
how are you going with your campaign? You just passed 200 backers. Congratulations.
Yeah, man, it's been going crazy. We're going into the third week, I think it is, and yeah, we're almost to our next stretch goal, which is going to add a 4-page short story to the bonus comic. It's going to be an extra story. My brother's going to be drawing. Doodle Bags is going to be doing a trading card for that, and we're on almost just under 100 backers away, or $100 away from getting there. So it's 13,500 we get there, but it's going strong.
There we go. The pianist 4-page short. Yeah, that's amazing. How much did you make on? How much did you end up with on Magic Cop?
So we just sold another Magic Cop. There's like 3 Magic Cops left downstairs. So we're at 13,546. So we're closing in on Magic Cop in just 3 weeks of being up here.
This is what I'm talking about. This is incredible. Forget all the nonsense that you see on Twitter. Like look at what's actually happening on the campaigns and in the live streams.
Yeah.
Because it's
Twitter
just
is not the real world. Like it really
right. It isn't, is it? Even
No.
people on Twitter, I say this all the time, even people don't seem to be themselves on Twitter. They say one thing on Twitter, or they seem away on Twitter, and then you watch them in live streams and they're completely different.
Yeah.
So yeah, just if that's getting you down or whatever, you think CG is headed down the wrong path, don't you worry about it. Like look at what Phil is doing. Look what Mike is doing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You guys are like killing what you did the first time round.
The 2 best comic creators in Chicago.
There you go.
I know Nasser lives over here too, but
Yeah,
I
well,
don't know, I
Yeah,
saw his
well,
last
no.
campaign.
Two
Dude, I don't know
moves.
about you,
two best comic creators in Chicago. All right.
Micah, but I have a lot of friends that are Chicago comic creators that I know, like through Maria also. So Maria, who does the Crimstone art, she went to the Chicago Institute for Comic Art,
Really?
and so yeah, one of her teachers was Jill Thompson, who's done a bunch of work
Whoa.
in the industry and stuff. And so she has a bunch of friends that are similarly to my age that went there and graduated as well. And she, like all of her peers, didn't like her because she was just like so naturally talented and already was this quality when she went in there.
Yeah.
So jelly.
Yeah, they were jelly, but I became friends with a
She's
couple
the
of
wolf.
them. Yeah, she is the wolf. Yeah, Maria the wolf, and I've become friends with some of them. They have like small time like coloring gigs and stuff like that, and I'll send them the link and be like, hey man, check this out. Any support is awesome, even a share or anything, and nothing. I don't get any support or any even replies, or they're like, oh, that's cool, and then but they'll share their industry buddy that they want to come in with good graces with. They'll share their
Yeah.
Kickstarter project, stuff like that. And it really sucks because it's like, I've met you, and I know guys like Joe Ball who I've never met. I've only talked to online, and he's in the trenches with me. He's staying up until 3 a.m. in hangouts. Guys that are miles away, hundreds of miles away from me, that are have my back and are supporting me. And these people that I've met and hung out with and gone to dinner with, they don't even care. It's really weird. It's like a facade of what things should be.
Well, we care, Phil. We're
It
here.
sounds really familiar to what I heard Carlo Rowe talk about. How in Ireland he's just alone because everyone is so anti Comicsgate, and even if they're not, they're just like silent on it because they don't want to lose friends or piss off the wrong employer or whatever. And he's kind of out on his own, even though he's surrounded by people. And he's making, friends and connections and people who are really helping him out and doing all this fan art for the first time ever with people from all around the world instead of all the people they talk a big game about community and blah, blah, blah. But when push comes to shove, they're nowhere to be found.
It sounds like it's kind of disgusting because they envy her for her talent and being attached to you, and you've met them. One, the envy is just destructive, but then two, it's almost like the whole culture is, I won't even retweet you unless I get something from you. Like, how am I going to get from this if I hit retweet? That's just gross.
Hey, who's Sabaton, Micah?
They are a power metal band from Sweden that they focus a lot. Their music is focused on history, actually. They did a lot of like World War II stuff. My favorite album of theirs is called The Last Stand, which is basically it's a concept album of last stand battles throughout history. Bannockburn, the sacking of the Vatican, stuff like that. So
are you a fan?
Apparently,
I really like Sabaton. They're not one of my favorite bands, but they're good.
One of their songs is the soundtrack for 3 Nights, apparently, according to Joe.
Probably the actual song, The Last Stand. So
Antoine says sometimes you have to go it alone, but when you achieve success, people will come out of the woodwork looking for a favor.
That's just the truth.
Yeah. I'm excited for that to happen.
I haven't had any of that yet. I've just had really helpful people, either congratulating me or wanting to help out. I haven't had anyone coming out of the woodwork to ask for anything.
Well, that's good.
But I don't have any. I'm not from a comic scene. I didn't even know if there is a comic scene in Australia. Liam says there isn't, so I believe him. I would have no idea.
I was gonna say, is there any past Xenotype yet and the Lucent? So it's hard saying.
Yeah.
How's Bazza the Bogan Barbarian going, Blue?
I don't know. It hasn't arrived yet. They're just printing the 4th volume, and then they'll ship over all 4 volumes when it's ready.
I'm going to check that, actually.
Apparently, I'm his only American customer. So.
Wow.
Have you guys heard of this one?
No. Sounds.
Don't think that I have.
insane.
It's Bazza the Bat and the Drop Bears, I think, is what you're looking for. There it is.
So there is a Drop Bears one. Yeah, look.
Yeah, this is the 4th in a series.
It's the 4th series. He's sitting on 112 backers.
Has he got a cricket bat?
Yeah, he's
It's
got
a
a cricket bat. So I actually got one of these when I asked for a sample from a printer, and he obviously prints a Bazza.
Yeah.
He's the Bogan Barbarian, a Corona Apocalypse. So this is all very recent and relevant.
What's a bogan?
A Bogan is like
Florida man.
a redneck, I guess. But it obviously has its own subtleties. It's not a one-to-one comparison.
This looks hilarious. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
The first volume is a zombie story, and then it evolves after that.
Yeah. I think that's the one I've got.
Is it true that koalas have 2 thumbs on each hand? Do you know this?
Oh, I don't know that. I know they have a smooth brain.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're really dumb.
Yeah.
Like if you, what was it? There was a video I was watching where, like, if you try and help a koala and they just don't understand that you're trying to help them, they'll just, nothing will happen. They'll just kind of sit there and look at you like a weird thing. They're
Their brains are smooth.
oh, they only ship Bazza to Australia?
Uh-huh. I had to contact him. Okay, if you scroll down to the perks.
That's probably why he's
scroll way down in the perks.
And yes, koalas do indeed have 2 thumbs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I looked up a picture. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
there's
like this.
There's the one that ships to the U.S.
Oh, so I've got what? I've got the 3rd in the.
Yeah, you've got the 3rd. I bought a PDF and so that I could contact him because I tried through the website, but I think I was messing something up with the website. It might be my security didn't send the email via website. So I got a PDF so I could contact him to say, can I get these? And he said, sure, go ahead. And we worked out a deal. And it wasn't working because everything is shipped to Australia only. So he created a perk, $10 Australian dollars off just for me, but it's still sitting there. And it's all 4 books to the US.
Nice.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so there's this guy, there's Liam, there's me, there's Rob Arnold, there's Clayton Barton.
Yep.
And
his brother.
His brother, Corey. I don't know. Is that the extent of the Australian comic book scene? It could be. I'm sure there's others out there, but just don't know about them, or they're not as getting out there.
If anyone in the US wants to support this Bazza silliness, just figure out his website, go to it, and you can order the previous 3. So
Gelf
anyway,
Gelf is the one who has requested a Drop Bear sketch card.
Nice.
I met him on Red Gazer's show. Thanks for popping in, Gelf. That's great.
Are you going to hide any Drop Bears in the artwork in your book?
I don't know where I would be able to fit any in. That's the thing.
It's a dream world. They could go anywhere.
Yeah, but my dreams aren't like crazy dreams. They're a bit more structured. There you go. Felix has just dropped a link for the for Bazza. I don't know if I have enough time here. Does anyone want to listen to the Ascension Cinema remix of my trailer?
Do we?
Sure.
Yes.
All right, I got to share it with the audio then. So, are you guys familiar with Ascension Cinema?
I think so. Yeah.
He's the guy. He's in the chat a fair amount. He's off. He couldn't be here today.
He's the one who did the Cyber Frog.
Yeah. He's awesome.
Video.
He's out camping with his family tonight. So maybe he's listening. So if you are listening, obviously I think this has had a really good response on Twitter. Although he told me the Twitter compression, he's a real audio-visual nerd. He really gets into the weeds. I saw him and Blue really getting into the weeds about audio visuals and everything. But yeah, he basically took my audio and just cranked it up to 11. So let's have a look at that.
I want a trailer.
Ask Ascension Cinema.
When dreams and reality collide, a life is turned upside down.
Down, down, down.
Thrust into a conflict where ancient shadows fight secret wars. For control of the future. Her allies hide in plain sight. But so do her enemies.
So good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he really turned it up to 11 there with that. I didn't know what he was going to do. Remember he was saying he wanted to put some fat reverbs on it, and I'm like, no idea what you're talking
Inception style.
Yeah, totally. And who was saying, was it Red Gaze? Was it Red Gaze? No, it was RGE. I don't know. It was someone asking me if I'm like a fan of Christopher Nolan, because he's picking up a lot of the same sort of themes, the mixing reality and dreams and all that sort of good stuff that he goes with too. Gelth Walker says, I have to be the leaderhead of the Aussie Comics Gate. Well, I don't know if we need a leader. But
you know what happens
if you're going off numbers, Liam's way out in front at the moment. And he's got Shay Zombie making a turkey drop bear. Right? Yeah, cool. What are you sharing there, Phil?
So this is the brand new trading card that everybody that is a physical backer of the Lost Pages is going to get. Passion for Drawing did this. It's our Masquerade trading card. Each of the characters is going to have one.
The Wolverine. Nice. It's the Wolverine Kitty Pryde type stance.
Yeah.
Homage.
Days of Future Past.
Future Past. Yeah.
We kind of tried to hit on, it's very, like, this character is really pulp. So, putting the starlet kind of in the back and him protecting her. So kind of, hitting on the X-Men, but also trying to hit on the old pulp magazines.
Oh, it's so good. I love it.
Thanks.
I still love that.
Are you doing like a poster print of that? Like, that's a poster. That's a poster. That's not a card. What are you doing?
We'll see. We do have the art, so maybe we could do posters in the future. But free trading card for all physical backers. It's going to have his bio on the back, some more art on there, and this is just a glimpse of what's to come with the other characters.
Oh, it's really good.
Love it.
Yeah,
thanks. That's amazing.
That's
nowhere,
cool.
no one nowhere says looks great.
Yes, thank you.
It's totally a poster. Why are you doing it?
Hey, look, all right, Bandita. He can make a trading card if he wants. I love it. His hand protector on his sword. That's awesome.
Yeah, his guard. Yeah, that's throughout the whole comic too. He has kind of like an angry comedy tragedy theater face on the hand guard of his rapier.
He's got all the different Shakespeare posters in the background. Very cool. I like Hamlet. I'm not a big fan of Macbeth. I like Hamlet. I don't mind Romeo and Juliet. I actually like the movie. But as far as the play goes, I'm a Hamlet man. Antoine says that's an interesting character. So yeah, that's Masquerade, isn't it? That's his name.
Yeah, I just saw some, glimpses of some new pages. Oh man, it's gonna be freaking awesome. This character is so cool. He's basically our first hero in our universe, based in Chicago in the 1930s. So he fights mobsters and like wacky villains, kind of like, you know, the Batman 66 era. And he's a master of disguise, so he could be anyone. He takes the guise of any person, changes his voice as well. And he speaks entirely in Shakespearean language, in iambic pentameter, rhyming. So he kind of does that to
He's
mock
fun to
his
write
enemies.
too.
Very cool.
He's really fun to write, actually. Yeah, he's super fun.
Speaking of stretch goals and stuff, I shared I've been torturing myself for the last few days, sketching out this sort of composition of a background. I don't know if you can see it. It's all blurry, probably. Whoa. How do I get into here?
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, so this is just a background
Jesus.
of what's going to be actually a vertical poster, but I just wanted to. This is the bit that I've kind of started out here. This is all bookshelves too, and this is going to be part of the poster. Well, not poster, print. Sorry, a print that will come with. It'll be part of the 25K stretch goal for the Lucent. And there's still a lot more little things in there, but I'm going to have to bring out the color holds and everything to make sense of all this when it comes time to coloring, because there's a lot going on here.
That's a task. Holy cow. That's going to be...
Wow.
Yeah, but I love this. I love drawing like this. I love like creating these. This is a pretty unique setting. I found a cool library in Austria, so I'm using that as a reference. And set up the old, like I always do, set up the old perspective rulers, and just here away we go. So that's going to be. I'm loving drawing this, and it's actually a really cool composition. I can't wait to show it off. It's very thematic and symbolic. There'll be lots of Easter eggs hidden in here.
Yeah.
No one will understand. But if you stick with the series, you'll be able to pick them up eventually.
Good.
Are you sharing another thing, Phil? You got the inks there. That's awesome.
Oh, this is just the original inks. We're actually going to put that up this week for sale. So if you want a poster, you can get the big 11x17 original.
There you go, Ben.
You know how to speak my language.
This was by Passion for Drawing?
Yes.
Rob?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't get enough attention. If people want to go look him up, give him a pat on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is fantastic art.
Yeah,
he kind of goes like with what I do. He puts in really detailed backgrounds and then makes the characters less detailed. I like that. A lot of times it's the opposite, but I like that because it's it makes a story. There's a story with it. It's not just a character sheet. This is an actual happening. Antoine's just pointing that exact same thing out that I'm just describing right now. Attention to detail is what gives the story a sense of place. Yeah, and that's exactly right. So I did the background first, and in just like in was it Passion for Drawing?
Yeah.
In their layout here, exactly right with what I did as well. It's a place. There's meaning. There's all sorts of little things hidden in the background, and then this is going to be mine is going to be a print of Ella. She's going to be in a kind of isolated. Anyway, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I got a lot of drawing to do. We're over time now, but we'll just go back quickly and look at sharing screen. Am I sharing screen? Here it is. Here.
There was a question in the chat. Have I heard of Hyde Park? Yes, I have. Yeah, that's part of Chicago.
Yep.
Oh, Poland, you are not an afterthought. We're missing you today. Hopefully you're well.
It's funny that Hyde Park gets mentioned. That's actually going to be part of Inglewood Book 2, actually, is going to take place in Hyde Park.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
There you go.
All the books cross over at Hyde Park.
Chicago boys.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so 3 nights, 4 days. You just got another backer.
Yeah,
exactly.
I love it when that happens.
A few away or 4 away to the next goal of 120. I'm excited, man.
That's it. I love how it feels so far away sometimes. When you're at 100, 420, that's like far away, and then but they just keep ticking over. Day by day, you get a few more, and then eventually you're there. I love that that part of it. So yeah, 3 nights, 4 days. Micah Curtis. Micah's like I said, he's been around forever. He's got big plans. He's gonna be around forever. He's not going anywhere. Like, this is a guy who just gave up on a 19,000 subscriber YouTube channel because he realized that if he's going to do this properly, he's got to start a new channel with a new focus and a new audience. And so yeah, he's in it for the long haul, and he's got an amazing team together. So yeah, we're really looking forward to seeing this book and what he comes up with next. And yeah, thanks for coming on, man.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Absolutely.
And I love hearing about your expanded universe stuff. I mean, it's nice to know that, like, even as new stuff comes out, it's all going to be tied together. That's really cool.
Yep, I got a lot of cool plans, man. A lot of them.
Apparently, Antoine Dennison used to get his hindquarters kicked by kids in Hyde Park back in the day. I presume you're talking about basketball, or is he no? He's just getting his ass kicked. Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the rougher parts of town. That and Inglewood.
Okay, I don't know. I'm not familiar with Hyde Park, so there you go. That's sort of sounds like Brunswick or something down here in Melbourne. All right, and the Lost Pages, another campaign. These are 2 great campaigns. Phil and sorry, I'm forgetting the name of your brother.
Brandon.
Yeah, a fantastic team. This just looks like a crazy book, and I can't wait to see the action figures of this. I know it's going to happen.
The character design on this is amazing. Like, it's just, there's something magical with every single character. It looks really good.
I appreciate that. That's my favorite part.
Just got another backer too. Did you see that? It just went up from 203 to 204.
The Bancroft bump. The Bancroft bump.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
Thank you, guys.
I anyone knew. I don't know if I did. Now I'm scared. I don't know if I get a hat trick. I probably didn't. But I'm on 414. Was I on 414 earlier?
Dude, that's insane, man.
This number is freaking me out. You guys, I think I was on 413 anyway earlier, so that's okay. I did a spreadsheet beforehand so I could figure out stretch goals and everything. This number here was at the tippy top. Like, this is my, dream kind of scenario. Like, this is just for, shits and giggles. I would put a number this high. So to see it here, and we're still not even 2 weeks out from closing is just... Yeah, I can't believe the
I'm
response.
so looking forward to the end of this month. Like, we are going to...
Oh, we're going to party.
We're going to crash, dude.
Hey, boy, are you ready for the party?
I hope I am. That's going to be... Is that going to be on a Tuesday?
No, I think it ends on Saturday for me. I think so.
Excellent.
So,
I don't care what day it is. I'll be partying.
Oh, someone's just popped in to say goodbye. Poland, how you going, buddy?
Always.
Hey, Poland.
Fashionably late.
Very late. Very
That's
late.
how we do. That's how we do.
So
that's how you get all the attention on you. Show up at the last minute.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true.
You got you've got your same old avatar there. You I wondered, did you spend an hour getting an avatar ready?
Oh, thankfully it's never taken that long. But no, I just stepped back into the house. So,
well, good to see you here, buddy. And yeah, I was just thanking Micah and thanking Phil for coming on. You guys have been good friends to the show, and you're always welcome back because I'm a big believer in your guys' approach to comics and the projects that you're making. So, fantastic stuff. And always, thank you, Blue and Bandito and Poland for showing up.
Yep, participation.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, hey guys, it's great being here. Thanks again, man.
When I saw Mike on here, I couldn't just sit idly by.
Phil,
And of course,
brother.
we must thank the incredible chat who've been here the whole time.
Sexy as ever.
Questions. As Bandito likes to say, the sexiest chat in Comicsgate. And these guys deliver. We saw a backer each on both these campaigns. So Congratulations, guys, and thank you to whoever backed those books. That's amazing.
Thank you.
We've got a couple of new faces in here too.
We've got Felix the Brain and Antoine the Brain and Felix the Brawn with that copy paste.
Yes.
Of
course. So yeah, well, tomorrow Poland, we've got Carla coming
World
up.
Order.
Is that
Tuesday.
tomorrow? Oh, okay.
Tuesday.
So I've got to find someone for tomorrow then. We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. Okay. So Carla's on in a bit, in a couple of days. And look who just popped in. CG World Order's here.
Hail CG World Order.
Yeah, we had a good show here, man. Maybe you can watch the replay. It's well worth it.
Yeah, CG World
guys,
Order is awesome.
I'll see you tomorrow. And stay cool. And thanks again for coming on, guys. And hail the chat.
Hail and well met.
See you guys.
Hail the chat.